recording.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome to Azeroth and to the Wavestrider, a fast longboat trade ship that sailed under Captain Graydon Thorne and his motley crew. Each crewman have come on board at varying times and in varying ways over the last 6 years. But one thing that the entire crew has in common is that they all have absolute faith in their captain. Well, all but one. 1 month prior to our adventure, the ship had made port in the large Alliance capital of Stormwind. The captain and much of his crew had taken shore leave for the span of 3 days before returning. The captain had brought his 12-year-old son, Aramar Thorne, along with him, and the transition was not easy for the boy. He did not take well to the ship, and the relationship with his father seems difficult. But he's often disrespectful towards his father and isolative, preferring to draw in his sketchbook rather than learning how to sail or interact with the crew. And he is not taken to any of you or anyone on the ship particularly well, except for the dwarven first mate, Durgan One God. I've got a lot of handouts prepared, so it's going to take me just a hot minute here.
All right, I'm here.
That handout you guys should be pretty familiar with for the Wavestrider.
Oh, you got the bot working already.
Nice.
Yeah. Durgan One God, the first mate.
That's a happy-looking dwarf.
Yep, and the captain.
It's a Warcraft dwarf. They're happier than D&D dwarves.
That's true. But, well, you know, it varies, just like with anybody.
Well, he doesn't look dark-iron, so he's happy.
But as for our current adventure, the adventure begins in midday off the eastern shores of Kalimdor. It's been nearly a week of sailing up the coast since the ship last docked, but the weather's been kind and the boat is well stocked for seafaring. You all are going about your normal duties on the ship when the captain comes up over the railing to the top deck and yells down at the crew, "Prepare the anchor! We're nearly to shore. If I call your name, meet me in the navigation room in 5 minutes." And everybody kind of stands at attention, wondering whether or not they're going to be called in for this little powwow. The first name he reads off is Grudge. If you would please introduce your character.
Excuse me, you caught me right as I was coughing.
That's okay.
Grudge is a large, 40 dwarf with broad shoulders. He wears a sort of red beard, maintained very high standard of hygiene. His armor is always in excellent condition, gleaming, well maintained as well. So we've been on the ship for a while. Prefers to continue to fly by veil. Doesn't speak much. Or when he does speak, have his words carry the weight of what he's saying rather than him saying unnecessary things. That's pretty much it.
And Grudge, as you start to make your way down below, the captain calls out the next name. Squibs.
Squibs is, in a lot of ways, the opposite of Grudge. He is greasy looking, both physically, and he just looks like he has a greasy personality. He's got a few gold trinkets and stuff just kind of scattered throughout his wardrobe. He usually has a cigar smoking. Just that's part of what he does, and it looks like he is annoyed that he has been called because this is some sort of extra thing that he might have to do. By the way, I have a question for you, Jay. Do you want a Warhammer goblin or do you want a Warcraft goblin in terms of voice?
That's okay. I don't mind. Whatever you'd like to do.
Okay, I'll go with Warcraft then. It's thematic.
All right. And as Squib heads down below, Captain calls out, Altaria.
It's Altaria. She's kind of seems disinterested in pretty much everything. She just would go like, okay, just walk down. She's in some pretty light blue robe with long white hair, and she just kind of disinterested in everything. Think of like the lazy person, but
And your race?
more like that. Blood elf, sorry.
That's okay. All right. Next name the captain calls out is Graldus.
Yeah, Graldus is an iron-forged dwarf. He's about 4 feet high, 150, kind of just reaching middle age for a dwarf. And he's got like very outdoorsy clothes, like furs and leathers and stuff like that. That's it.
All right. Next name on the list is Galir.
Here is a Draenei. He's very lighthearted, doesn't take almost anything seriously, but he will not hesitate to do the job and do the job well. But he'll be cracking jokes and just making fun of people the whole time.
All right. And the last name that the captain calls as you're all heading down below is, and of course, Aram. He calls out his son's name, and you see the 12-year-old boy kind of bring his nose out of his sketchbook. And as he gets up, you see this 12-year-old boy is pretty tall for his age. He's 5'4", though is thin and not athletically built. He has long brown hair that is parted in the middle and falls back to a ponytail that goes a few inches past his shoulders. His clothes are modest, but he wears a necklace sporting a small golden cross. And his most prized possession are the finely crafted leather-bound sketchbook and Kohl pencils that he has strapped to his side at all times when he's not using them. He sort of rolls his eyes and unenthusiastically heads down below with the rest of you. And as everybody is gathered down in the room, Graydon enters and splays out a small map of Kalimdor for you all. And he says, well, as you all know, we have been sailing up the coast here, but our destination you won't see anywhere on the map. This is a small, unknown location in Desolus, that's on the coast, and we should be there in a couple of hours. This is one of the many tasks that I've hired you all for, amongst attempting to protect us from from anything that could possibly catch our fast ship. There is one particular group of people that I've traded with twice before that have a bit of an odd, you might call it an odd procedure in trading. Today we'll be trading with the Grimtail Knoll clan. These Knolls are a little bit more sophisticated than your average Knoll clan, and they are willing to trade if you meet them with the correct greeting, which Knolls are while these are more civilized than most gnolls, they all still respect strength above anything else, and they're a warlike people. Therefore, in order for them to be willing to trade with you, you have to be able to show them your strength. And so today I'll be bringing you all ashore to engage in a little bit of a show of strength, if you will.
Are we getting paid extra for this little venture?
Well, you still got the same 3-year contract that you originally signed in for. Unfortunately, no, this won't be adding any to it necessarily, but
Hey, wait a minute. This sounds like it is a riskier proposition than what I originally signed up for, and that's going to demand higher rates.
not at all, my little green friend. You see, this is not a fight to the death. This is merely a skirmish to show our strength. If we win the skirmish, then they will trade with us. If not, then they will simply leave without offering us any trade goods.
Well, what if I kill one of them?
Do your best to refrain from being lethal. If you become injured and you simply move away and surrender and retreat, they will not pursue, and I will expect you all to do the same. If any of the gnolls back down peacefully, then I expect you not to pursue and allow them to surrender.
What if I get hurt, but I also don't want to surrender?
Well, that's completely up to you. I imagine the gnolls would actually respect your initiative more for that, but
Would I get
that's
paid
why
extra?
that's why we'll have Aram. He'll be in the back, and he'll be ready to heal anybody that gets a little too grievously wounded in our,
Will I get
in our
paid extra
skirmish.
for showing initiative?
Well, we'll just see how much initiative you show.
Squibs is gonna lean over and whisper to Graldus.
I don't like this. We should be getting paid extra.
Graldus will just look uncomfortable. Yeah.
Any questions?
How long is this gonna take?
Gnolls aren't well known for their punctuality. We'll be going ashore in about an hour, and Old Cobb has volunteered to row us out and then row back to the ship to get the cargo. In the meantime, we'll be waiting on the shore for as long as it takes for them to show.
Okay, wake me up when we get there. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
All right.
Hey, I'll wake him up for an extra charge, $5.
All right. So as you guys make your way back up, you soon see a small beach shoreline that kind of juts out from the forest. And you do see that the crew does weigh anchor, and a largish rowboat. It's a little bit larger than your average rowboat, but it's not quite as big as like a keelboat. But it's easily enough to fit all of you, including the captain, Aramar, and like I said, Old Cobb, who is the ship's old crotchety cook. And you guys are rowed out to the shore. You guys hop off and pull the boat out far enough to get you guys all safely onto land, and then shove it back out for Old Cobb to go pack up everything. And as you guys make landfall, what would you guys like to do? Is there anything in particular you guys would like to do in preparation for this little skirmish?
I don't think I have anything I do as a preparation thing.
I'm gonna try to bum a cigar from Squibs.
That's not gonna go well.
I'm gonna find a place that looks comfy and go to sleep.
All right. Curling up in the sand and going to sleep.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, first roll of the campaign. Let's see. Let's have. Oh, and also, if you guys could do me a favor and change your display names in Roll20 to your character names.
Yeah.
I like to have those down
Alright.
across the bottom. Let's have Gratis. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Dos.
Okay. So after about an hour, Old Cobb returns and pulls the ship aboard with 3 large barrels that are sitting at the front of it now, stocked. And Old Cobb's not going to participate in the skirmish, but he is just kind of sitting off to the side in the rowboat, kind of not really guarding, but just kind of watching over the boat and the cargo. 5 copper, or a non-specific favor. That's pretty great. And after about 2 hours, you start to hear some rustling coming from the forest. Soon after, the sounds of what sounds to be like heavy, sort of ragged breath sounds with the occasional snarl and yipping sounds that kind of sound like a hyena. And then shortly after, you see 4 gnolls pop out from the forest, along with one particularly large and slender-looking female gnome, but female gnoll, sorry, not gnome. But looks like she might be more fit for battle than the rest. Captain Graydon kind of lines up across from the Gnoll Pack Lord and kind of indicates to you all that they are to have sort of a one-on-one while you guys handle the rest of the gnolls. And with that, I will have you guys roll initiative. And as much as I love Rivellon, let's get some battle music going on here. I just realized I never grabbed all of my music tracks. My bad. 1 second here, guys.
Starting off strong.
I gotta zoom in. I zoomed way out because of the calendar map. Oh, I only have 10 hit points.
More than me.
Level
than
1
me.
is scary.
I only have
Level
8.
1 is pretty scary. Although most of our characters die at level 5.
I just realized I didn't have the turn order up. That's my bad, guys.
In fact, almost all of our character deaths happen at level 5.
Oh, look at that. Let's go. Natural 20 for the Gnoll Matriarch.
I still get to go before it, though.
Or no, the Gnolls. The Matriarch rolled really low.
Then we'll get to readjust it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, and then we also need my 2 NPCs here. Alrighty. Squibs! You're first.
Okay. I am going to... run over the grudge, and I am. Well, actually, I'm gonna see. I was right here. I'm gonna run back to here, and I'm going to hold an attack with my longbow for the first knoll that is in melee combat with someone who is in range of me who is not the knoll pack lord.
Gotcha. All right.
What do your conditions say?
Well, then on the knoll's turn, they will all advance. Let's see. We'll say he gets there first, so if you would like, you can make your attack at anybody before that knoll gets to you.
Oh wait. I
Oh,
need a
actually, you
D6.
know what? He was what? 30? He can't quite get to you.
So I do 13 damage to the first knoll.
Which one?
The one that went into melee with grudge.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big old hit.
I rolled high damage and also high sneak attack damage.
So this knoll will dash to get to you. And then
Okay.
each other knoll has an attack here. So I got one on Gradius. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
One attack on Galir. Ooh, natural 1. And
Fortunately,
then one attack on Grudge. 7. All right. Aramar. Seeing Gradius get hurt, is going to cast Healing Word on him. You get 6 health back.
Woo.
Plus 3.
9 health for the 5 damage you took.
Let's go. That's good.
Yeah, well,
That means I get it as temp health, right?
No.
it's going to be a no dog. All right. And with that, Grudge. $13 does not hit. Okay. Altaria.
I'm going to touch the one in front.
Touch.
I take it
You-
a tip. It's not good.
It does not.
Darn.
He sees the shadow magic forming in your hand and looks a little afraid for a moment as he dodges out of the way, not wanting to get wounded by your infliction. Gradius. Or Gradlus. sorry.
Graldus. I will attack this knoll with a short sword, and then again with
18
my
hits?
offhand. One sec, I didn't have an offhand weapon set.
Oops. That's okay. Yeah, both of those hit.
Six damage.
All right.
But you can use Dex for short swords, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, it's using. Oh no. I guess it doesn't matter. All right. That's it.
Okay. Graydon is going to make his way up to the Knoll Pack Lord. And he's going to make 3 attacks, 2 with his main hand and 1 with his offhand. Takes a big chunk out of the Knoll Pack Lord's health as he strikes 3 quick strikes. And Galir.
Okay, I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite as bonus action,
All right.
and then I'm going to walk up to here. And I'm going to Try and smack that knoll in the back of the head with my maul.
Thunder Smite! Yep, that hits.
Alright, so. And then an extra 2d6 thunder damage.
Ooh.
What's happening here? Alright. We'll do it this way.
Oh!
Big damage.
And I go, boom, baby!
Yeah, that knoll is very hurt. One giant hit.
And that is my turn.
All right, the knoll pack lord. So make 2 attacks at Graydon with the great club. Oh, it misses both. Terrible rolls. All right, Squibs. Back at the top of the turn order.
Did Grudge get to go?
Grudge went.
Okay.
He just didn't say anything.
I see. This guy's right in front of me, and I don't like it. But I don't know if there's anything I can really do about it yet.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm low level. Yeah, I don't.
It's more of a level 2 rogue thing.
I don't have any action yet.
That seems like a
Um,
job for a level 2 rogue.
Clearly, you're not getting paid enough.
Clearly. I am going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
Because I think he can hit me harder than I can hit him, and I know he has more hit points than me.
Good chance. This knoll here will disengage, whimpering, and retreat to the forest. This one is going to attack Gradius. Or, darn it,
Graldus.
Graldus. Alright. 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Alright. For 6 bludgeoning. This one will attack Squibs at disadvantage. 7. And last one is for Grudge. 16 to hit Grudge. No, 18. Wow. Big AC.
Mine's 13.
Mine is
All right.
14.
Aramar,
11.
seeing that Squibs is having some trouble over here, is going to come over here and pull out his cutlass and is going to take a swing
I'm not having trouble.
at this. He's interpreting that you're having trouble. Grudge.
Now, this guy over here can take an attack of opportunity if he chooses.
We're gonna goon squad this guy.
16 misses.
But 18 hits. All right.
That is my turn.
Altaria.
I'm going to walk over here. 17
17 hits.
or 19 across.
Oh! That knoll goes down in a heap and is currently unconscious.
You rip his soul from his body. The other gnolls look on in horror.
And he goes down.
I offer it to the void.
Damn! Graldus.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. Oh, is this one over here giving up? He's giving up, right?
This one right here is totally giving up.
I guess I won't kill him. I'll shoot this one with my bow.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Ooh, natural 1. No, that is gonna miss.
You shoot squibs instead,
I took the dodge action. He misses.
and it hits Grudge.
His AC's too high.
Curved bullet? What's going on here?
So then it hits that.
Ooh, tougher round for the captain. Gets 1 hit in, though, for 4. And Galir.
going to cast a lightning blast on the gnoll that's off by himself.
Yeah, that hits. Cool spell.
Are you a shaman?
Okay, I don't. That one doesn't belong.
Yeah, that's okay.
So just the 2 damage. And then I will. Let's see, this is my move 30, I believe.
All right, so the Null Pack Lord will attack twice. Ooh, big hits. And both of those. Let's see, actually. He can't do anything about the natural 20. But he could parry, so he will parry. Oh, yeah. He parries the second one away, but the first one, nothing you can do about that. For 13. He grunts as he gets hit right in the stomach with this great club. Kind of odd low swing after the previous high swing had missed. And squibs.
I'm gonna rapier the guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hits.
9 damage.
All right.
That's it for me.
All right, this Knoll is going to come over here. Gingerly, though, he's not trying to be aggressive. But he is going to try to help his friend that just went down. And he succeeds. Stabilizes his buddy. But he's still prone, and he's looking up at you guys like no more. Like no mas.
Now we have them at our mercy. We can demand better deals.
And then this one down here is he's gonna attack Squibs to the biggest damage to him. So
A 21's gonna hit Squibs.
The 16.
impose disadvantage. Yeah, so 16.
A 16 will still hit Squibs.
Okay. 5 damage to you, good sir.
Very well.
Aramar will attack with his cutlass. 12 still gonna miss, even with flanking. And Grudge. Yep, 19 hits. 5. Okay. And this Knoll no longer looks threatening. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this Knoll. That's right. I'm sorry. He would have come over and attacked Grudge. Ooh, 21 to hit. For 4. That does make it Alteria's turn, though.
I'll take a step forward, and I will use Toll the Dead
On which one?
on the one that just attacked Grudge.
Okay. Yeah, because that one and the No Pack Lord seem like the only two that are still aggressive. This one looks like he's ready to give up. So Toll the Dead is a wisdom save?
Yep.
Not very wise, these creatures. Yep.
You
Go
failed.
ahead and roll a d12.
11.
Oh, man.
Big damage.
That one goes down. Graldus.
I'm gonna shoot the pack lord with my bow.
All right.
Is that it?
That does not hit. It just misses.
All right.
And
That's all I
make a perception check, Graldus. As you're pulling another arrow out from your quiver to line up another shot, you see Captain Graydon Thorne just shoot a quick look at you in the middle of this melee and kind kind of gives you a shake of the head, like to not.
I will stop.
All right, Captain Graydon Thorn, down here. Oh, there we go. Those are the rolls. Okay, let's see, 7 and 15. All right, and with that, the Null Pack Lord would also surrender.
I would come over here and use Spare the Dying on the snow that I took down. Oh, I guess Grudge stabilize it before I get there.
Aramar does it first, actually. Oh,
I'll get like 10 feet and then just stop.
nobody's dying in this campaign.
You just jinxed it.
Yep.
That's
Everybody's getting it
fair.
back.
My bad. Whoops. All right, so after you guys defeat the Knolls, you see they kind of gather their forces up over here. They kind of wake up their 2 companions, slapping them awake, and now you see the Null Pack Lord, the matriarch, gives a big grin to the captain and says, and in sort of broken common, but is speaking in common, your forces grow stronger than last time we meet.
Squibs is going to yell from the background.
I demand injury compensation.
Aramar would come over and heal you. Let's see. You get 9 healing.
Oh, I'm full health.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, don't worry,
Wow.
Squibs. I got you.
I wanted money.
Well. And meanwhile, Graydon says, yes, this fine crew that I've put together is it's quite the elite fighting force. As you can see, we are quite strong and quite worth being in good relations with. The Null Pack Lord kind of throws back her head and laughs, this kind of hyena style laugh. It says, "Yes, I get it. We go get stuff. You stay here." And they all kind of retreat into the forest. So coming back a few moments later, you see several gnolls of all shapes and sizes. Several smaller female gnolls, several male gnolls that are not these brutes that have been brought along to fight. Even some gnoll children, and they all come out onto the shore and start to put together a little camp. Graydon looks over to all of you and says, well, feel free to get comfortable and make a rest. We'll be camping here for the night before we go back ashore in the morning. Or we go back to the ship in the morning. I apologize. One of those hits really got me. Everyone else okay?
Yeah, not a problem. It was a pretty good day.
Yeah, it was fine.
Pretty
Too
well
easy.
myself.
All right, and you guys all make camp. You can go ahead and take a short rest if you would like to roll any of your hit dice to heal up. Any of your 1 hit die.
Jay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What types of things would you allow me to do with Tinker's tools? Would you allow me to make a gun?
You could maybe try, but you would still need materials worth half of the item in order to craft it.
Guns are expensive. I also wanted a gun, and I saw how expensive they were.
I know. The one I want is 250 gold.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering, let me actually just grab that figure that I posted to Grendel.
I'll go look, because I don't need to rest. I'll just go take a look in the trees to see if there's any decent wood that would make a good stock for a gun.
Make a survival check.
Survival.
Well, yeah, you're looking through the wilderness.
I will
the
guide
most
myself.
survival-y thing I've ever seen.
I don't have.
I've never seen anything more survivally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's an 18.
18 is good enough. Yes, you find what you're looking for. Go ahead and roll a d4.
3.
We'll say that is 3 gold worth of your materials that are needed to
3
build
gold.
your item. I know. You found something really good.
I'm gonna have to start cannibalizing the ship for iron and stuff.
So you guys would see old Cobb taking the barrels out and dragging them over towards the knolls, and the knolls actually have similar size barrels. They look oddly similar to the ones that you guys have, except they look older and a little bit more worn. You guys would assume that these are the same barrels that were brought in last time. But these are filled with a few different things. These are filled with codfish and what look to be some sort of jerky. Meanwhile, as the gnolls start to look through the new barrels that have been brought in, you see, ironically, one of the barrels is full of scrap metals, and the other 2 barrels are full of various types of pickled eggs. Some of the largest ones look to be... if anybody's trying to identify what kind of eggs they are, I'll have you guys make a nature check. As you see the Gnoll Pack Lord take one of these giant eggs and just stuff it full into her gullet. The big one, Galir, seems to be from a hawk strider. And I would say, Altaria, if you cared enough to look, you would know. Yeah, hawk striders are native to Quel'Thalas and northern eastern kingdoms. That are these large birds that you can ride on.
Altaria's not interesting enough to look.
Yeah, I figured.
So emo.
And you guys have a nice afternoon and evening here on the beach, hanging out with the gnolls. You feel pretty safe. That anything that did come to tangle with you on the beach would be pretty ill-fated, considering that you guys have an entire gnoll clan sitting there on the beach with you. And if you guys would like, you can interact with the gnolls. If not, then the captain, you could see, is talking with all of them about how hardy their fighters were, and how brave they were, especially the one that went back for his buddy. It's like, I admire that leave no gnoll behind.
I'm gonna go to one of them and start trying to explain what a gun is and that I want parts for one.
Growlithe will talk to the gnolls about hunting.
And you get a lot of information, actually, about the local foliage and the animals that are in the area, because there are a lot of gnoll hunters in this clan. That's a big part of their way of life. They explain to you that for gnolls, if you don't hunt, you don't eat.
As it should be.
At one point, you guys see old Cobb walk out into the brush and disappears for a few minutes before coming back to the camp.
What is his body language? Is he being weird, or is?
Seems weird.
Make an insight check.
No way, that's not weird.
I'll make insight, or you want to just do the?
Anybody that's paying
Sure.
attention.
Oh, I take that back. Galir would not be paying attention.
Squibs doesn't care. He's trying to find out about guns and getting upset when they don't know what he's talking about.
Well, then the three of you, you would notice that he seems to be a little agitated. He's also an old guy, though. So
Interesting.
I'll walk over to him and offer him some of the tea that I have brewed.
oh, thanks. That's usually I'm the one making that for everybody. Thanks. That's kind of you.
You okay there, Cobb?
Oh yeah, I just had to empty the tank. I drink enough of the tea. I might have to go out there again.
Sure.
But I'll carry over that 13 insight check though. You would be able to tell that he's not telling the truth.
Yes, very obviously. I don't even need an insight check for that.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold out my hand with. I've got the cup of tea in my left hand and hold out my right hand as if to offer to shake his hand.
Okay.
Does he shake my hand?
Make a persuasion check. Let's see. Yes, he does.
And I'll say, Cobb, you can tell a lot about a man by shaking his hand and looking him in the eyes. It's very easy to read a person like that, don't you think? I'm going to be staring him dead in the eyes.
He, he's looking at you. And he's kind of giving you a side eye a little bit, like he's wondering what you're about, and then he tries to pull away. Do you hold on to his hand?
I will hold on to his hand.
Yeah. Okay. Make an athletics check. He starts to pull away, and he's actually stronger than he looks. But he's like, he can't quite get out of your grip. And he's like, what's this about? What do you want?
Just remember, Cobb, we're all in the same boat. If you need help or you need to tell me something, I'm here for you. You're stronger than you look. I like you. I'll let go of his hand.
All right. And he sort of does the old man grumbling act as he goes back and goes and sits on the dinghy.
I'm gonna go to where he went in the forest, the woods, jungle, whatever.
All right.
Is that like over here?
Sure. Yep. So you go over there, and what are you looking for?
I don't know, anything that looks unusual, out of the ordinary.
We'll make another survival check for that.
Oh, I don't do that. Oh, apparently I do.
Apparently you do. 17. You do see tracks that look to match old Cobb, going as far out as the forest line. And you don't really see anything else. But you do, with a 17, you do smell a faint hint of something that's kind of odd. You smell the smell is jasmine.
What? What a weird guy.
But old Cobb didn't smell like that. But you
Got a
get the
lady
faint
in the
smell
woods.
of you get the faint smell of jasmine on the air.
I'll shrug and drink my tea and go back, I guess.
All right.
You sound great, Brian.
I know, right?
Sounds like you need some tea in real life.
I am actually drinking tea.
Well, there you go. Fun fact: did you guys know that Caduceus didn't originally have tea built into his backstory? It's just something he came up with on the fly as he was coming out to greet everybody for the first time, and it became like a mainstay in his character. He's like, I feel like I should have something to offer them. How about tea? Does anyone want tea?
That's because Talison's a warlock in real life.
I know. So funny. Anyway, so you guys have a good evening with these gnolls. You notice Aramar is drawing a lot of them, and you can see anybody. He's not really shy about his sketchbook necessarily. If anybody comes to take a look, he's always willing to let them take a look over.
I would
His
like to
sketchbook?
take a look, and I would like to appraise the value of one of his sketches.
You're doing Gallerix proud. Make him on it.
And I have this, so
Okay. Let's see. Investigation? Let's go with investigation.
all right.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Thank you. That's great.
17.
It's a little Hearthstone joke.
Well, it's also a WoW joke. That's something all the Goblin NPCs.
Oh, I forgot
say.
they made that MMO based off of Hearthstone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's how it went.
Sure.
17.
Cart before the horse there, but sure. With a 17, yeah, you get a pretty good look at it, and it does look very, very well made. You can see it's probably the wealthiest thing that this kid owns by far. And would you go as far as to ask him about it?
Yeah, but not out of any real interest.
Sure. He would turn back the page to the very first one. And it would say, "This is a picture of my mom and her new husband. He's the one who got me the book. I was always kind
very
of difficult.
fascinating. Listen, would you be willing to part with any of those for some coin?
No,
Oh, that's a real shame.
you think I could sell my sketches?
Oh, I think they're probably pretty valuable. You seem to be pretty good at that, and I could be your manager for a small fee.
Make a persuasion check."
All right. 8.
I'll have to think about that. Maybe someday.
I guess do it yourself. If you don't want to make money, that's up to you.
I'll leave.
He goes back to drawing, and you can see now he's drawing one of the Knoll brutes in the middle of one of his swings. Eventually, though, the Knoll Pack Lord during all of this would come over and would kind of look over his shoulder, and he would look over to Graydon and say, "Your boy useless. He don't know how to fight." Graydon would say, "Well, no, he's still learning the martial aspect of fighting, but he's very useful in other ways." And she sort of takes a look and looks over his shoulder and looks at the page, and then looks up at the Knoll brute, and then looks down at the page, and then looks back at the Knoll, and she says, "Magic. Good magic." And Captain Graydon says, "Yes, good magic." And she says, "Flip leaf, And you see Aram flip the page over to a blank page, and she says, "No, old leaf." And so he flips it back and sees a portrait of herself, just finely rendered, and she sort of gasps, and then takes a closer look, and she has him flip through all of the other pages.
This is pretty good.
And then she looks up and she kind of looks around and sees Cobb, and doesn't see pictures of any of you in there, but kind of looks out to the shore and can vaguely see a couple of the crewmen that are there on the crew. Then looks back at the captain and says, "Good magic," and just kind of walks away. Strikes you all as kind of an interesting interaction, where gnolls are not usually that interested in things like that, but clearly this gnoll is a little different.
This gnoll isn't like your other gnolls. It's not a regular gnoll.
Regular gnoll. Regular gnoll.
It's an irregular null.
Irregular gnoll. Irregular gnoll.
A grassy knoll?
Oh. Spicy.
I think at this point, Gleer would approach Aramar and be like, "Why aren't you drawing any of us?"
Do you
Seems
want
like
me
you
to
got
draw
everyone-
you?
Well, I just never really thought about it, but I realize now that you've seemed to have drawn basically everybody else on the ship. I was just kind of curious.
A lot of the older people that have been around a while. And you would notice he actually has more than one drawing of Dwan Fen in there. He's like, I guess I never thought about it.
Well, boy, you've got 4 good-looking people, and Squibs you could be drawn too.
No, I'm sure Squib's,
Damn.
pretty good looking among his people.
I am ugly as sin. I get by by making money.
I take it back.
I appreciate a man who is self-aware of his talents and his shortcomings.
All right, well, you guys get a good night rest on the beach. You guys can all go ahead and take a long rest. All of the gnolls kind of snore, kind of do like a half cackle on occasion when they breathe out as they're sleeping, and it kind of disturbs you guys for a little bit, but then after 10 minutes or so, it kind of all blurs together and kind of acts as white noise along with the constant waves crashing in and out. You guys get a nice restful sleep. And in the morning, you guys pack up. You guys actually get to sample a little bit of the goods, essentially the codfish and the jerky. Turns out this is actually quillboar jerky. This is what you guys learned, which quillboar is a type of humanoid boar creature. But it's quite tasty, and it's very chewy. Anybody that tries it, you notice that it lasts chewing on it for up to like 30 minutes. So it's kind of like this world's version of gum, almost.
Ew.
Except you swallow it,
Meat gum.
It's meat gum!
Note to self, Quillboar does not make good jerky.
And Squibs is just loving it.
This is delicious.
It is actually pretty tasty. And it's got it's got that same kind of nice feeling of being able to chew on something
Does
for a
it
while,
lose its
like
flavor
gum.
in like 3 chews like gum does?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
It's like the fruit stripe gum of meat snacks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not so bad then.
What you guys realize is, you think of what the captain traded for this, which was basically useless junk. Pickled eggs are some of the easiest things to make in the world, and scrap metal. And you guys realize that why he was willing to go to these lengths to trade with these people, because they had something very valuable and they were willing to trade it for things that were basically useless to most people, but were very very useful for the gnolls. Anyway, you guys go ahead and pack everything up in the morning. The gnolls head back into the forest, and you guys make your way back to the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to put you guys on the Wave Strider for the first time. Enjoy. Meant to do that earlier. Not bad. But there's your ship. It's not an extremely large longboat, but it is particularly thin, and it has very high, large double masts that can support a lot of airflow. It's very fast. It's faster than most other boats in the water, which is why Captain Thorn doesn't have any artillery on the boat, because typically you guys can outrun just about anything in your experience. But yeah. All right. So as you guys weigh anchor, you begin to sail south along the coast. You guys have been sailing north for several days, but you begin sailing south. And each day, Captain Thorn kind of puts you guys through your paces along with his son. Right on the deck of the ship, he hosts training sessions, which, if any of you would like, you can engage in that if you would like a little melee practice with the captain. Or he doesn't really force anybody to, but he likes you guys to keep your skills sharp. So if anybody would like, they can go ahead and engage in the training session.
Sure, I'll do it.
All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
My stats aren't very good, so we'll see.
Yeah, anybody that would like can go ahead and make an athletics check. And Aram actually does very, very good this day as well. But your captain is definitely the most martially skilled amongst all of you. It's part of the reason that you were willing to join the crew, is that he actually is quite skilled with a blade himself. And along with so all of you guys had signed a 3-year contract to join up, and essentially everything that you've earned over that 3 years will get paid out at the end of your contract. There's sort of a standard rate that he pays you for each of the years, but then if there are specific things that you do that go above and beyond, he can add to that. Which is probably why Squibs is squawking as often as he is. Anyway, but yeah, he promises you opportunity and training, and you guys all have a very good training day. Aram is always the last to train, and on this day he's doing pretty well. And what's interesting about this is when he trains Aram specifically, he doesn't just train him with the sword, but while he's doing that, he also quizzes him on information. So he's throwing out information to him and getting answers while he's, also sparring with him. And Aram's doing pretty well today, which is odd because he hasn't been doing well most of the time that he's been there. You guys are all kind of sitting back and watching this happen. And then at one point, he gets a little bit flustered. He gets a question wrong and trips a little bit in the sparring and forgets to block. And the captain kind of swipes with the side of his blade, not to cut, but more like a slap, and slaps him right on the rear. He's trying to be playful, but Aram gets very, very upset and embarrassed, and being in front of everybody. And he's like, "Watch it, son. You need to make sure to stay focused." And you see Aram is completely fed up with it. He throws his cutlass to the ground and goes storming off. It's like,
Lad's gonna have to toughen himself up if he wants to make it in the seas. He's a bit emotional still, I think, but he'll come around.
It is hard being young.
You want to place a wager on that?
Well, I don't think we need to wager on something so necessary to a man's future. It would be in bad taste.
What do you mean, bad taste?
It's like when you have a bad cigar, like that.
I've never had a bad cigar.
I'm sure you think that's true. Boy's soft, though, no doubt.
And a moment or two after you hear Aram go below, you hear a little bit of a shout of surprise. Not really like a scream or anything, just kind of like somebody was startled. You guys all look kind of curious, and you start to think whether or not you should go downstairs. But then you see old Cobb coming up with a bunch of dirty dishes out of the captain's quarters and heading back towards the kitchen on the other side of the ship. Kind of grumbling to himself. Boy comes storming in like starts a frickin' ruckus. He goes back underneath.
Squibs was gonna lean over to Grudge and say,
There's something weird about that old man. I can't quite figure it out.
You and I agree for once.
What,
I
that
lean
there's
in
something
from the
weird with
other
him, or
side.
you can't figure it out?
Both.
I lean in to Squibs from the other side, where he's not even paying attention, to go, there's something weird about all the old men.
Fuck, you scared me.
Grawlus comes over. There's something weird about that old man.
Yeah, we know. That's what we're talking about.
There's something weird about all the old men.
You're right, though. Old people are weird.
No offense to anyone who, might be considering themselves old.
Well, I wouldn't want to disrespect my elders like that, but
I would.
never mind. Grawlus goes away.
All right, so you guys sail south. Still pretty good weather for the first couple of days. No other major incidents occur or anything really of note. But you guys do, the normal training sessions and everything. Everything goes, pretty normal for all of that. And then on the third day, the captain gets everybody on the boat together and says, as you all know, we recently had one of our crewmen depart. After completing their 3-year contract, our quartermaster decided not to return. And I'm currently looking for somebody to replace them.
Me?
If anybody... Okay, well, if anyone is interested, including you, Squibs, of course, please let me know. I'm looking for a new quartermaster, and we'll be considering giving some sort of a test here in the next few days.
Well, I don't think it'd be a great idea to give the responsibility to Squibs, no offense, but you can't charge people for equipment as the quartermaster. You know that, right?
No, I know that, but the quartermaster, no doubt, higher paying position, better job opportunities in the future.
He's trying to work his way up the corporate ladder.
You guys can insight check Squibs if you want.
I don't think it's really necessary.
19.
I mean, why not?
The captain seems like it's a great idea. He thinks it's a great idea.
Squibs, yeah,
Oh.
you believe Squibs 100%, and I'm not saying whether I was telling the truth or lying.
Do
There you
I?
go.
That means you're lying. Your deception must
necessarily.
just
What's
be
your
insane.
what's your total?
Yeah, what's your deception skill?
We don't need to know what the skills are. We just need to know the total.
The
It was 20.
total. The total is 23.
Okay, yeah, then all of you would believe him,
I don't believe him, but my
including
character
your
does.
captain. Yes, your character believes you. Alrighty, so you guys, so it's unless anyone else is interested, then he plans on giving Squibs the test soon. Says, prepare for landfall in 2 days. We'll be going ashore for a bit.
I think Galir will also offer, not necessarily because he wants the position, but because it's always more fun when there's competition for something.
Okay, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Graldus would throw his hat in the ring just because he doesn't want Squibs to do it.
Okay, another persuasion check.
Sweet. Oh no. Yep.
Yeah, no, you would not have been able to roll high. Nope. Squibs has got the job for now. We'll see how he does, but
Gave it a good go.
all right. So you guys sail for another couple of days before you guys eventually make your way down to a small port that is, let's see. This is still on the coast of Desolus. You see a small shanty-looking port. The first thing you notice about it is that it's not. It doesn't look like it's very official. It looks like it is kind of many lean-tos and huts, and it's kind of blanketed by this thicket. So what you would imagine is this thick canopy above this little area would really shield it from being seen from above. And it's in this little hidden cove that you guys don't actually fully sail into. You just kind of sail to the opening of the cove, and then from there he would offer the same crew that actually went ashore the first time around to go in with him again, including old Cobb. He says, "Go ahead and load up the barrels, and we'll take all of them ashore. This shouldn't be a very long ride. I think we can handle all of it for the longboat." And as you guys are all preparing, he says, let's see. Do make sure to mind your coin purses while you're in the market. Keep an open mind and a sharp eye. There's a reason they call it Flayer's Point.
Noted.
In case anybody wants that for their notes. And as you guys approach the dock, you see a large, what you guys would interpret as an upright bull originally, but you guys, since you guys are all from Azeroth, all your characters would recognize this as a Tauren. Sorry, give me 1 second here. Oh, I just realized I'm behind on giving you guys character handout, or character handouts. My bad. And there you go. There's the Tauren. Bull-like humanoids. This one in particular is a large male Tauren that is standing and kind of waving out to you as you all approach. And as you guys get close to the shore, the captain says, "Bridgewalker, it's been several years. It's good to see you again." And you hear this low rumbling coming from the Tauren that says, "Captain Thor, I'm surprised you would return here. I'm glad you didn't bring one god." And he laughs back and says, "Yeah, I thought I'd keep him ashore for a few hours. Might save his life." And as you all pull up, you're all able to make shore, and you follow the captain through the marketplace. You guys would see most of this marketplace is dominated by three main races: the Tauren, along with Quilboar, and something that is sort of rare. You guys have not seen many of this creature, but Centaur. As you guys are kind of walking through the market, you would notice that there are many small stalls. You do see a bit of probably the biggest building in this whole place would be what looks to be a small inn, which looks to be fairly open. It only has 3 full walls, but it does appear to have sleeping stations in the back, kind of makeshift rooms, if you will. And he says, "I'll be having all of you make your way out to enjoy the market in just a moment. But first, we've got some business to do. Quartermaster?" He looks down at Squibs. He's like, "Are you ready?"
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, first things first, I'll be greeting our tradeswoman. But then I plan on having you do most of the actual bargaining. We've got
I'm great at bargaining. You're gonna love this. Just wait.
We've got 16 packets of boar, 20 codfish. And I'm expecting to get... Let's see here. The goods should be worth at least 20 gold. I would be happy with that amount. But if you can get more, I won't argue.
All right.
And you would know, by the way, 20 gold is quite a bit for really any kind of food or rations. But these are particularly rare. You don't find a whole lot of boar jerky and codfish jerky. Especially stuff that's as finely made as this is. And never anything made by Knoll clans. But anyway, as he approaches, you all see a large female Tauren vendor who looks to be mid-discussion with a centaur. And you all kind of wait to the side, essentially waiting for this exchange to end. You see the centaur is haggling and is not particularly happy with the deal, but eventually they seem to make a deal. But no goods are exchanged, which is odd to you. And the other odd thing you notice is as you approach, it's this large stall, but it's got no goods in it at all. There's like nothing on display. The captain approaches, and you see a large female Tauren with stocky, maroon-furred. She is stocky and is maroon-furred, with several ornate rings and piercings about her ears and her blood-red horns, in addition to a large nostril ring. And as the captain approaches, he touches his hand to his head and to his forehead and then to his chest, and sort of leans forwards a little and says, "Lady Bloodhorn, it's excellent to see you again." And the Tauren laughs, says, "I don't believe I've ever been called a lady before. What a bale shoveler you are, Captain." She kind of leans in and says, "What did you bring me?" Says, "Knoll jerky, 16 packets boar, and 20 codfish." She says, "Smoked knoll? Can't say I've ever had knoll jerky." Captain says, No, it's knoll made jerky. 16 packets boar, and 20 codfish." She says, "What you looking for?" So, "I don't suppose you have what I'm really looking for. What do you think?" And you guys all go ahead and make a perception check as you guys are watching this exchange. So yeah, you guys would notice a look of momentary surprise on the captain's face as he quickly pulls out this compass that's on a chain that he's got strapped to his neck. He flips it open, and he then looks up to her and says, "No." And she kind of affirms, "No." He closes the compass and puts it back under his shirt. Says, "Well, then for my second choice, I suppose I'll leave that to my quartermaster." And looks down at you, Squibs. Says, "Quartermaster, if you would."
It's nice to meet you. I'm Squibs, and he'll offer a hand for a handshake.
All right. She sort of awkwardly reaches down and like you try to grab onto the hand, but like her hand is almost the size of your entire arm. So it's a little awkward, but she gives you a handshake as best she can.
Yeah, I know, I'm kind of small, right? But anyway, seeing as you don't have what the captain is after, would you be willing to exchange in gold?
Well, that is the typical trade. How much gold are you looking for?
Well, given the rarity and unusual quality of the goods that we are trading here for you today, I would feel remiss to not ask for less than 30.
Make a persuasion check.
20.
Kind of looks over the captain and says, "You've got a real live one here." 25.
I tell you what, because of how rare and how special they are, and how special you appear to be to the captain, how about 28? I'm cutting my own arm off here.
She says, 28.
We have a deal.
You do another awkward handshake, and the captain gives you a nod of approval as you guys start to walk away. And as you guys get out of earshot and you make your way towards the open market, it says, "That was well done. I'm quite impressed."
I told you, you pick me, you are not going to be disappointed. I am worth every bit of that raise I'm going to be getting.
Indeed. Well, if all of you would like to enjoy the market, we are going to be setting up in one of these small empty booths here to be able to give out samples. And Aram will be sticking with me, but the rest of you are can definitely take shore leave. And you guys would be allowed to make your way out into the market. If there's anything in particular you guys would like to shop for while you're here in the market, feel free.
Well, some people refer to what I would like to do as shopping.
Okay.
Just with a discount of 5 fingers.
Yeah.
I want to see if there are any gunsmiths in the place.
Make an investigation check as you guys as you take a look around.
6.
They unfortunately are not. You would know that most of the races that are here are not the ones that are particularly martial and advanced.
Primitives.
Yeah. In a word, but more than that, it's just not that common. It is a relatively new advancement in Azeroth, gunpowder, and being of your background as a goblin, goblins are one of the ones that were first tinkering around with explosives and everything. So you would be a little more familiar than most. But mostly it's gnomes and goblins, goblin kind, that have made most of the advancements and have shared that primarily with the dwarves for the gnomes, and the goblins are just really starting to get into the horde through the Bilgewater cartel at this point. So they haven't really shared that technology with anybody in the horde yet.
Well,
At least not on a grand scale.
I will look for materials that could potentially be used in the smithing of a gun that I could make myself. So, like iron, wood.
All right. How much gold are you looking to? How much gold worth of this are you looking to acquire? Say.
As much as I can.
Okay. With a 6, you do find a couple of vendors that do have basic wood and stone and steel that they're selling just as like crafting materials.
Hmm.
But all of them are in what I would say are large groupings, rather than being small little things that you can swipe and walk away with.
Then I'll give up.
Okay.
Unless I find someone with a gun on their hip that I can try to steal.
Not around here.
Okay.
Most of the hips have more, like you said, more primitive weapons, clubs, spears. There's no shortage of weapons per se, but nothing that's particularly technologically advanced.
Okay, that's it for me.
Anything for anybody else?
Not for me.
Can't think of anything that I need right now.
I'd like to buy a fishing pole.
You can do that easily enough. Let's
I'm
take a look.
looking for a tome of. Uh, never mind.
The Tome of Nevermind.
It's kind of
No,
like
no, no, it's
the
not a
tome that
tome.
raises your intelligence, but that's the one that lowers. That one lowers your intelligence.
I'm looking for a manual of quickness of action, and I have
Make an
10
investigation check.
and I have 10 gold. So we're gonna have to do some bartering. 5.
Unfortunately, you do find a couple of vendors here that do have books, but they do not have the tome you're looking for.
That sucks because my stats are bad.
Did you roll?
Did you roll your stats?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I was gonna say, so you point by, dude. How can you have bad stats because you rolled?
It's because you
Didn't
rolled.
spend the points.
It's okay. It's more fun when you.
When you roll and deal with whatever you got, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm actually a fan of that myself. That's why I let people roll. So basically, what you need in order to fish is an entire fishing tackle pack. It comes with everything that you need, and they do have it on sale for 5 silver pieces.
Take it.
Okay. So yeah, you have everything that you need to fish, and when you're kind of slow sailing across the ocean, you can actually fish off the back of the boat. You don't catch things as often in the middle of the ocean, but it's not impossible for you to catch fish.
Yeah, and while he fishes, I mean, he probably spends his time just kind of looking out over the ocean anyway.
Yeah.
But if he ever sees like a fish like right at the surface, he would just cast lightning lure on it and try and pull it out of the water.
Yoink.
This is another kind of lure.
But he's a fan of the traditional fishing as well.
Sure, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have everybody roll a d20, and whoever gets the highest roll is gonna get to get a little bonus encounter here. Squibs. That's fitting. You've gotten all the content so far, so it makes sense. As you're kind of walking around, you get curious about the inn. So you go take a look, and you do see there is a high elf that runs the place. That is tinkering around with what looks to be some kind of game board.
Like, does it look like it's broken and they're trying to fix it?
No, it looks like she's just taking the pieces of the game and kind of studying and looking them over.
Do I recognize the game?
Make a history check.
12.
You do not.
Does she look like she's struggling with it?
Not necessarily struggling so much as she's just looking it over. She pulls out what looks to be one from a small stack of cards, kind of looks it over, and then goes over to the next one, and then goes down to the next one. And she's just kind of reading off the cards.
I want to. I'll walk up and say, "What is this? Some kind of game of chance?"
Somewhat, yes. There's a bit of luck involved. It's this new game that was recently developed. I have an in with the one that makes it in Duratar.
You, a high elf, have an in with someone in Durotar? That's weird.
Well, us tavern keeps got to stick together. There's not a whole lot of entertainment in the world these days, but they invented this new game. It's called Hearthstone.
Oh, really? Why is it called that?
I don't know. I guess the developer made it specifically for taverns, so I guess it makes some sense. Would you like to play around?
Do you play for money?
I'd be willing to put up a bit if you'd like.
Yeah, all right, 3 gold.
She puts 3 gold down on the table.
I will match it.
All right.
Oh, I actually have to play Hearthstone?
Oh
Oh no.
It's okay.
It's-
I'm really good at Hearthstone. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, so if you guys would like, you can all strategize together. It's
I'm really good at
essentially
Hearthstone, Aaron.
all of you guys versus me. And this is a
Oh.
very truncated version of Hearthstone. It's not obviously not the full game, but here you go. Here are the rules.
What expansions are we using?
She would give you a small piece of parchment that has the rules, so you can study over the rules real quick.
You don't have the character I played last time I played it.
She will select Jaina.
I want to select Valera Sanguinar,
All right.
but there is no
Well,
Valera
Yeah,
Sanguinar.
Valera's not in here. Sorry. I haven't incorporated weapons into this, so I didn't put Valera on.
I'll take Rexar, I guess.
Rexar.
Jaina versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin. My magic will tear you apart.
God, I hate that emote. My magic will tear you apart over and over again.
All right, so first thing is we roll a d20 to determine who gets to go first. Ooh, 19.
8.
Excellent. All right, so on the first turn, player gets to roll a d4 to see how much mana they have. Bummer. And then get to spend that mana, so I will summon a Silverhand Recruit. And your turn.
So I roll a d4.
You roll a d4.
1.
So if you want, you can either...
I will use 1 mana to deal 2 damage to the enemy hero.
All right.
How much
Oh,
health
wait a minute.
did you have?
It doesn't... so yeah, these don't have auras. But you can see the health at the top, right? The bar.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I designed it. Because I didn't have them attached to a specific character. All right. So then for my turn... Ooh, 5. Cool.
I don't like that.
It's a lot more than 1.
I'll spend 3 mana to do that. 1 mana to do that. And then 1 mana to deal 1 damage to you. And then my Silverhand Recruit that I summoned last turn can attack you for 1. And this one has charge, so I can attack you for 3. So I'll deal another 4 damage.
Well, I feel like I'm going to lose.
Well, we'll see. Go ahead and roll a d6. Your turn.
Cool.
Oh,
I'll do 2 damage
no.
to you.
That is harsh.
Yep.
All right. All right, 4. Yeah, remember what my 4 minion does here. Oh, yeah, the taunt. It's not really helpful against you. You get 2 of these guys. Each of them, when I summon them, get to do 1 damage to my opponent.
I would
And then
like to cheat.
I'm dealing 1, 2. Well, you can't cheat on their turn, but you could cheat on your turn.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage total this turn.
Cool.
Or no, sorry, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not 9. Because they can't attack this turn, but they get to deal 1 damage when they pop out. All right,
I'd
your
like
turn.
to cheat.
How would you like to cheat?
What are my options to cheat?
If you want, you could try to rig the roll. So if you want, I would give you advantage on it, but you would have to make a sleight of hand check.
I will do it.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
10.
Okay. Roll 2. Roll 2d8. So we'll take the higher of the 2. 5. Okay. Well, either way, it's 5.
I'll play a Snow Yeti. And then I'll do 2 damage to Jaina with my ability. Did she
Okay.
cheat too?
You don't know.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure.
4.
Yeah, like I said, you don't know. Let's see. So 2 damage to Jaina, and you got your Snow Yeti out there respond. All right. My turn. This time I get to roll a d10. Nice.
Dude. RNG is fucking me.
I know. Well, I mean, like she said, it was a game of chance. Let's see. What are we going to do with 9? 9? We'll deal 1 damage to the Snow Yeti with Jaina's power. So that's 3. It's going to throw 1 of her archers into it and 1 of her Silverhand recruits into it to destroy it.
You spare the dying on the Yeti.
So that is still 8 mana that I have left. So she will summon one of these bros. And with 2 left, another archer. So then 1 damage from the archer, 2 damage from the second archer attacking you directly, and then so that's 3, and then 3 from the fell charger, so 6.
Squibs is going to grab all 6 of the coins off the table, get up, and run.
She says, "Lovely playing with you," as you run away.
Yeah, that's. Aaron hates Hearthstone, and the dice were fucking squibs, so.
All right. You make your way back out, and she doesn't appear interested in trying to chase down a little goblin.
Cool, I made 3 gold. Worth it.
Make an insight check as you run away.
Okay. 4.
Yeah, you don't know. All right. So eventually, unless anybody else has anything else they'd like to do in the marketplace, you guys will all make your way back to the spot where they had set up to put together a little booth to hand out samples of the jerky. And as you guys are starting to pack up, you do see a figure in a dark hooded robe that comes up and says, "If you don't mind, gentlemen, I would like to sample a bit of your wares." And it looks like he's looking over at you, Gratis, as you're packing up. Graldus, sorry. I'm going to get your name right one of these days.
It's okay. Carlos would just look cautiously at them, kind of giving them a uncertain look.
Captain Thorne would toss you over a piece of the jerky. Says, "Of course, friend. That's what we're here for. Is allowing those to sample Lady Bloodhorn's new wares."
I'll eat the jerky. Cautious.
Well, the captain looks at you like,
You were supposed to give it to the other guy.
right?
Oh, I thought. Well, he threw me a piece. I thought it was for me.
Oh no, sorry. This figure approached you as you were packing all of this
I
up,
got it.
asking you for a sample.
Okay,
Would you give it to him?
Yeah, I'll give it to him. But then he threw one to me. I was like, oh,
he threw it to you to give it to him. Yeah,
Got it. Okay. Growlithe eats half of it and then gives the guy the other half.
Yeah, sure. That works. He produces his gloved hand from under the cloak and grabs it and tucks it into the cloak. He says, "Well, first he brings it up to his face and gives a large sniff and says, 'It smells positively divine.'" And you all would notice a very strong scent that has come across with this figure, and a very familiar smell specifically to you, Grudge, because you had recently smelled it a couple days ago and thought it was very odd. You smelled jasmine. And but I'll have everybody make a perception check.
I assume I'm not there, right?
Yeah, we'll say that you're still scrambling back here.
All right.
Alteria, as you're smelling the jasmine, you're smelling something beneath the jasmine. As if the jasmine is covering up a different smell. A decaying smell.
Like an undead smell?
Like an undead smell.
I would not comment on that at this moment.
Well, you don't notice it with that 6.
Oh, right.
But Alterian, you being of the Horde factions, you've known a little bit more, and especially the Blood Elves have a particular history with the Forsaken. You would know exactly what kind of person this is.
Yeah. Would I, in this setting, are they on friendly terms with the Horde?
Yeah, I mean the Forsaken are an accepted part of the Horde, one of their most senior races actually, but it's just it's kind of odd to find one randomly about, but as this figure is particularly hidden and doesn't seem to be, coming out loud and proud with their undeadness necessarily, but
I would look up and say, "Why do you hide yourself?"
well, not all people are as open-minded as others, particularly with some of these. He looks around the market, and you all kind of note the centaur and the quillboar. And it says, especially with some of these, I tend to be a bit more off-putting.
I
And
understand.
he looks over at the captain, and then at Aram, who's sitting at the table still. Says, "Is that your son, good captain?" Kind of looks back at him and says, "Yes." It's like, "Yes, I see the resemblance. It's striking." And the captain is looking a little odd. Like, this is an odd exchange. Then, as that tension kind of holds in the air, you see the man bow and say, "Thank you very much. I'll have to try this later." As he slips the jerky into his robe and sort of does a small bow and starts to make his way away from the from there.
That was kind of weird. I will just say to myself,
Huh? What was weird?
just that interaction in general.
Oh,
You didn't even eat the jerky.
I didn't even realize there was someone here.
I agree. The captain says, and he says, "For some reason, I've just got a strange feeling. Maybe it's just the storm. You guys all would notice at this point the weather's starting to turn a little bit." And he says, let's go ahead and get everybody back aboard the ship. It's we've done all the trading and done all the sampling that's needed. Let's go ahead and pack things up back onto the ship."
I would ask the captain, are you familiar or on friendly terms with any of the undead? Any of the Forsaken, I mean.
I don't have any quarrels with them in particular, no.
Alright.
And you guys all make your way back to the ship. An easy enough trek back there. But as you guys are taking stock of the crew, you would notice that old Cobb is not on the ship.
Then
Wasn't he supposed to wait on the ship?
No, he came aboard. He came ashore with you,
Mm-hmm.
but he is now nowhere to be found.
You sound very suspicious, Thomas.
I am suspicious.
And that seems like a good place for us to take a quick break. So now we take a 5-er. I'll get up and stretch and use the restroom and everything, and then we'll pick up. We'll pick up there in a few moments.
Very well.
Alrighty, I am back.
Welcome back.
Are you back, Keenan?
I am.
Your brother just sent me a link to the new rules of engagement WoW thing.
Hardcore.
Yeah, they're doing hardcore mode.
Yeah, my friends are like, "Oh, we should do it." They were talking about it earlier
I'm like,
today
no,
as
that
well.
sounds like it would suck. Put all that time into a character and then it dies, and ugh, no. Who needs that kind of stress in their lives?
Yeah, when Diablo 4 first launched, we were all just gonna our first characters were just gonna be hardcore, and then everyone chickened out. It's like, ah. Probably good though. It's easy to die.
Issue a duel to the death. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not that kind of gamer.
Yeah, me
Not that
neither.
kind of orc. It does sound like it would be fun to watch though.
You can only set it up so you can only duel once you're max level. That way people really lose a lot when they die.
Yeah. It's a very high risk, low reward duel.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if they're dying, you might as well just take all their gear when they die.
If that's how it was, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I hope they make it like that.
I mean, there really wouldn't be a reason to
To
literally
do it any other way.
just fight to the death for no reason.
Right. Do we have everybody else back?
I'm back.
I am healed.
Mark Goose.
It seems he is not here.
I sort of said two names there.
I heard Mark Goose.
Yeah. Marcus and Goose.
I'm assuming I'm the Mar part of that.
Yes, you are.
Good catch.
Thank you, Gradulus. Gradius. Graldus.
It's one of those.
Gradualist.
Gladless.
Perfect. Well, as you guys are taking your head count and realizing that old Cobb never returned to the ship, you guys do notice that there is a storm that seems to be headed for the shore, and the captain seems eager to set off. He doesn't want to leave the old cook behind, but he's going around asking everybody if they've seen old Cobb, when was the last time they'd seen him, and if they know any reason why he hasn't come back to the shore.
We would not.
Aram would pipe up and say, "Well, I did notice that he did seem to. I think I saw him speaking with that whisper man, the one with the low hissing voice. He did seem to be talking to him shortly before he came over to ask for a sample." And I thought I saw him exchange some money for something. I'm not sure what it was.
There might be an opening for a cook.
Hello, hissing man. Are you talking about the Forsaken that smells of jasmine?
Yeah. I started thinking of him as the Whisper Man, as he talks in this low whisper.
Well, worth noting that the old man went into the jungle when we were with the gnolls. I went and checked it out, and it smelled of jasmine there too.
You're saying that you think that he's had dealings with this man before?
I could be. All I know is it smelled of jasmine at the beach that night too.
Interesting. And then Aram says, "You know, I didn't really think too much of it before, but the other day after our training," he kind of rolls his eyes. Says, "I did go downstairs and notice that the cook was looking over the maps on your desk. I thought, I mean, he said that he was just cleaning up dishes and grabbing things, but it did seem kind of strange to me because he was looking over the map."
Well, I don't know what to make of it.
Sounds like maybe he's not on our side.
But why tip his hand now if he's planning something? I don't know, but either way, we're setting sail, with or without him. Raise the anchor.
I would like to go below deck and just search and see if there's anybody that's not supposed to be on the ship down below.
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will also do the same thing.
I'm gonna be on deck keeping a lookout for anything suspicious.
Okay.
Yeah, I get distracted. Find a nice pretty rock or something.
Ooh.
I get distracted by him knocking over stuff while being distracted.
I'm getting nervous, so it doesn't make sense.
Very nice. You do not sense anything within 60 feet. Don't fall under any of those categories.
Good enough for me. I'll make myself a cup of tea and relax.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and set sail.
I'll join Grudge for the tea.
Grudge makes a damn fine good cup of tea.
It's all right. When you've lived as long as I have, it's all tea starts to taste the same.
It's pedantic.
Look, to grade on a curve, dwarves don't do tea. For dwarven tea, it's damn good.
Closer to coffee than tea, like it's very strong. All right. Well, the ship sets sail, heading southeast, not only away from the shore but also away from the coming storm. You notice, you guys would notice that as you guys are kind of going through the ship, that the captain does have everybody on alert. He says that he doesn't quite know why, but he's just got a bad feeling. You would occasionally, anybody that's checking on him or checking in with him would notice that he has been spending a little bit more time than normal checking over his maps and just kind of reiterating that same idea of why tip his hand now. But he seems frustrated and agitated, as does everybody on the ship is kind of picking up that vibe and having a similar experience. Is there anything else you guys would like to do while you guys are setting sail?
You say there's no guns on the ship?
That's correct.
I'm gonna just start searching below deck for any kind of weapons that might be able to be handed out.
There are several cutlasses. It's not to say that there are not arms necessarily, but I mean there are like standard weapons for everybody to have enough for like, you know, to make sure that they have a weapon if the boat needs defending.
I would like to be at the side of the boat that is facing shore as we're sailing, and fish, but under the guys, well, fishing and using that as the guys to just be watching the side of the boat in case anyone tries to board us from below water on that
Gotcha.
side of the boat.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. And I've got my hammer, my maul, ready near me. If anything does happen.
While you're keeping an eye out, couple hour, I would say. You know what? Let's roll for it. You guys would have made it to the ship and set sail in the evening. So this would actually be while some of you were already asleep. But Galir, you decide to take a bit of a late shift and just kind of sit up watching. But you do hear a call from the crow's nest. It is the ship's lookout, Duan Fen, yelling down from the crow's nest that she has spotted an enemy ship that is slowly gaining on you.
Behind us?
Behind you.
Okay. I will
and
run
in the direction of
that
the
if
shore.
no one else is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go make that report if none of the other crew is doing that.
All right. You see the captain come up. He has not been sleeping either yet. And he looks over and he takes out his spyglass and takes a look and he says, "The inevitable." Huh, great name. At this point, he would go through the ship and wake you all up and tell you all to be ready. He says, "They're a ways away, and they're slowly gaining, but I would estimate 2 to 3 hours before they'll be upon us."
Well, that's not good.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what they want. Is there any preparations that any of you would like to do while you're waiting for the inevitable?
Great phrase to be able to say.
I know.
Very clever.
Which is funny because that's actually the name of the ship in the lore. I didn't make that up.
I'll try to make sure that the crew's like prepared and ready for combat.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone in the crew that's looking like shaky?
Make a perception check. All of them are. None of them are combatants, really, except for you guys and their captain.
I'll do my best to boost their morale. I'll say, "Look, we're clearly a merchant ship here.
We don't have any weapons. These guys are probably pirates. They just want our wares and money. They'll let us live. We just have to cooperate. It'll be fine. No one's gonna get hurt.
Surely we will not just hand over our goods to these evildoers.
Yeah, the gobbler's wrong. A lot of them are gonna get hurt.
A lot of them will get hurt.
That's what I said.
We will persevere.
I'm gonna lean back over my shoulder.
Guys. Yeah, I'm lying through my teeth. So what? I'm trying to keep the morale high.
Well, their morale should be high. We're gonna murder all those pirates and they get to watch.
Nothing raises morale like a good battle.
I like you.
I like you too.
Yeah, room.
I have a room. It's right down. Don't we all have rooms?
Do I need to make a secret channel for you two?
We can figure out who's in whose room later. We have to kill some pirates.
All right. So as the ship pulls closer and closer, you guys start to get a view. It does look like most of the people on board are brigands of some kind. Most of them look very bandity. You do notice that there is a rather large human male that is steering. Looks to be the pirate captain. And you guys would also notice that they have a large ogre on board the ship. But you would assume that there are other people on the ship. They may just not be immediately on board. But after about 2 hours, they get rather close to you. And then they do start to pull alongside. And it looks as though they are preparing to board. Many of their bandits are holding ropes that they're coming up on your left, port side, I believe that is, and they are also on the port side of their ship with these long ropes that are tied to the top of the mast so that they can swing over.
I'll put myself front and center, right where the boarding action.
I'd just be cantripping them as they approach, since they obviously have hostile intentions.
If you started to do well, I assume you would ask the captain, right?
Yeah, I would.
You would say, "Let's hold off for now. Let's see what they want." If they become, I don't want to be the first to become hostile. So I would prepare myself for it.
Okay. Hi, Captain. Where is Aram?
You don't know. He's you haven't seen him for the last hour or so.
Because
I am.
he'll be helpful
Good.
for healing if we do start fighting.
I'm gonna try to hide behind the railing of the ship, like so that I'm like close to them, but I'm kind of just ducked down behind the railing because I'm small, so hopefully they can't see me.
Okay. Galir,
I'm
you
on the
take
third.
a moment as they're approaching. You kind of go down below decks and you start taking a look around for Aramar. And you do find him. He is in the captain's quarters. It looks like he's reading over, or it looks like he was reading over a book before he fell asleep.
I guess I would wake him up because no one should be sleeping when we're possibly being boarded by brigands.
He wakes up, grabbing the scimitar to his right, and says, "Oh, what's happening?"
We're
Oh.
about to be boarded. Looks like we've got some friends.
Oh,
and I don't
can't
know.
believe I
whether-
fell asleep. Okay, you look down and you see that the book that he's reading, it looks like some sort of like high quality picture book of some type. Like it has like high quality drawings of birds. But you do see tucked into the pages and where he had apparently stopped, it looks like a piece of parchment that wasn't in the book, but it was like stuck in there for safekeeping. It has a very like poorly drawn picture of a bird. As he closes it, with your high passive perception, I would say, you do notice the title. As the title of the book is "Common Birds of Azeroth" by Charnus of Gadgetsan. If you want that information.
Badly drawn picture of a bird. Interesting. He draws pretty pictures.
He does. He does draw good pictures.
Coincidence? I think not.
Well, he closes anyway. He closes the book and puts it back on the shelf. Grabs his cutlass and heads up with you.
Okay.
And how would you guys like to position? Let me know if you want to position further up, further down.
We're looking at the boat, like picture, the black and white picture of the boat, the pretty picture.
Go ahead and place yourselves where you would like to be as they draw closer. The boat is drawing closer to your left.
To the left, okay. I want to be right here, and I want to be hiding behind the rail.
Where does
Okay.
it look like?
Can I get in the crow's nest?
You can get in one of the two, which you can get in that one because Dwan Fen is up in this one.
Sweet.
Is that right in the center of the action?
Oh, and Old Cobb is not there. Sorry.
Oh shit! I gotta be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
where you are probably.
Oh, back like 2 seconds.
Droid will put himself right where he thinks the center of all the boarding actions is going to be.
Okay.
So up at the base of one of the sets of stairs going up towards the captain.
Okay. Squibs, I will have you roll a stealth check.
It's not great. Maybe they won't see me though. Hey, I have proficiency in stealth, but I do not have expertise in stealth.
As long as you're not one of those rogues that just decided not to take proficiency in it at all, that's really what matters. Okay, give me 1 second just to get you guys in your spots here. So we have a different map for this.
I do have a question, Jay, on one of my spells.
Yes.
It says if they fail the saving throw, my spell gains the effect of my power word pain. But I don't actually gain the ability to use that until 3rd level. So would it not gain that part?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you wouldn't gain it until you have access to the spell.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to do before you guys get started here?
Ready.
Okay.
I don't.
So first thing you would notice about the ship as it pulls up next to you, it is heavily armored. There are several cannons with cannonballs, which is odd to you guys because it doesn't seem like this boat should be able to travel faster than yours, considering the heavy cargo. But somehow it's outpacing you. And as it does pull up side by side with you, there's a gap of roughly 20 to 25 feet between the two ships. And as soon as it gets pretty parallel with you, there are several bandits that do swing over onto your guys and immediately begin assaulting you. And with that, I will have you guys roll initiative.
It's not as cool looking as our boat.
No, but it does look newer.
Okay, newer isn't always better.
No.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Roll initiative.
Hey, Jay, those pirates are on our ship.
They sure are. They swung over, and now they're attacking you.
That's not nice. Oh, that's an ogre.
All right, everybody, buckle in. This is going to be a long fight,
Okay.
potentially.
Just
Alright,
wait till we-
all we have to do is roll that 20s.
Just wait till we switch to Pathfinder, and then we'll have like 4-hour-long combats.
Oh, they're not that bad.
Excellent.
If you want to have really long combats, you want to do Fantasy Hero. I legit had a 5-hour combat that was
Oh, actually, you know what?
normal. Just it was like 4 ogres versus us. It was terrible. Because you have to roll to hit, and then you have to roll to see where you hit them, and then they have to roll their defensive combat value against your offensive combat value, and then you have to roll to see if you crit. No, it's just fucking crazy.
And who am I
I've
missing
been
here?
doing since it launched, so I have
I'm
some experience with it.
missing- So I'm gonna have the crew go with Dwan Fett. So you guys remind me to have all of the crew go on her turn, and then Captain Graydon. Oh, and Aram. So many NPCs to get in this one. All right,
Yay, Captain.
I think I got everybody. And look at that, the captain's the first to go. That makes sense. So as they all jump over, start attacking, he will come here and jump down. And he'll run over, attack this guy. Whew! Oh yeah, just skewers that guy. Just no problem.
Yeah, you tell him, Captain.
Oh, yeah, Durgan will go on their turn. Okay. Squibs. You didn't hide well enough. This bandit saw you as he landed right in front of you.
That's okay.
He sees
He's
you there.
right in front of me, and there's someone else threatening.
You don't say.
So I miss.
Ooh, 8 will miss though, yeah. Alright, the bandits on their turn. Let's see, one attack up here. 12 hits. And kills this one. He'll start making his way down here.
Vesemir, my dear friend.
That one misses him. This one will attack you back, Squibs.
Okay. He missed.
9 is gonna miss, I'm sure. Yeah. This bandit will attack Grudge. Ooh, 11. These bandits are not very good. And this one will attack Galir. 19.
That hits.
All right, for 4 slashing. Galir, your and then you guys do see more bandits that run up from the lower decks. And they all run over and grab the ropes and prepare to swing over on the next turn. Hillier.
I'm going to attack the one between Keely and I with my maul.
Okay.
Do we do the +2 for flanking?
You do if you start your turn in a flanking position. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Ooh, big hit. That bandit looks like he's just barely holding on.
I think there's really nothing I can do as a bonus action, so I will stand right there.
All right,
Like,
Grudge.
you've got to have better than that, buddy.
What happened to the rope that this bandit swung over on?
Oh, are you serious?
It's well, yeah. As soon as it landed, he would have let it go, and it would have started swinging back.
Can I catch it?
Make a dexterity check. Let's see. Nope, just barely. You missed it,
Unfortunate. Alright.
but you imagine there'll be more ropes.
Well, that's probably my action, so I'm going to...
Now, I'll let that be a free action. You reaching out and trying to grab it.
Alright, so you said there are more guys coming from the other side?
Yeah, it looks like there are more that are lining up and grabbing ropes to swing over.
I want to position myself across from one and have a ready attack to punch him off the rope and grab it.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
Altario.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on this bandit.
Okay. That's a failure.
5.
That bandit's dead.
And that's it.
Graldus.
I'm gonna shoot this bandit with my.
Okay.
Nine damage on that guy.
Yep, absolutely. Anything else for you?
That's it.
All right. Graldus, you have a really good view of this, being up top. You kind of have a view of the whole battlefield. You look over and you see somebody pop out of the crow's nest on the other side of the ship. Looks to be a troll.
Oh,
And she has 2 loaded crossbows, and she aims them in your direction.
Hand crossbows?
Yes.
Come on, get me one of them.
Ooh. Natural 20, though, for 6 piercing damage to you. And the other one misfires and shoots off into the distance. But then she will at Graldus.
Wait, those are hand crossbows?
Yes.
What's the range on those?
Let's see. Good question.
30 to 120.
So that'd be a disadvantage.
Okay, so 5 damage to you. Assuming that the 21 hits.
I'll take.
Okay. And then she ducks back below, and you hear the general sounds of reloading going on. She is, while she's ducked under there, she has full cover.
How annoying.
The pirate captain yells out, "Grog, time for you to get over there." And the ogre looks up. Sorry, not Grog. Classic. Throg! It's time for you to get over there. and you see this this large ogre that appears to be missing one hand, but at the end of that right arm is what looks to be a large mace contraption that's been screwed up, screwed in there. Aramar. Let's see, what is Aramar going to do? He's going to cast Bless. And he is going to bless... Graldus, Galir, and Grudge, the 3 Gs.
Brothers G.
But otherwise, he's going to stay back here. Throg is going to get a running leap and jumps off the end of the boat, landing right on the edge. And as Throg lands on the edge, the entire boat lurches to one side a little bit. I'll have everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
I wonder if we can all do a combined action to push him off into the water. Oh no, I rolled a 9.
Squibs, it does knock you prone.
Okay.
Most dexterous.
And I'm going to do a few rolls for the bandits. Yep, they're all fine. Just going to do this. This one goes prone, which is really bad for them up there.
Oh,
and this one goes prone. No, actually, not that one. Aram goes prone. He was not ready for that. But then Throg, now on board, is going to go ahead and swing the mace hand at Durgan One God. And hits. 13 bludgeoning damage. The dwarven first mate takes it like a champ, though. No, you can't count that as a Jaina cameo. Not even close. Rexar, by the way, is also a Heroes of the Storm character, so if you were counting it, then that would be your 2 right there. Dwan Fen will poke her head out from the crow's nest up here, and will shoot down with her longbow at this guy, and misses with a 10. All right, Captain is going to run around here and face off the ogre. All of those are going to hit. Nice. Let's see, so that is 20. Ogre doesn't seem too bothered by that, but still a good round of hits. And then Squibs.
I'm stand up.
Okay, no longer prone.
And I'm going to try to stab this guy again. Does it? So I'm flanking. Does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
That's it.
All right.
I'm assuming we're doing +2 rules and not advantage rules.
That's correct. Everybody in here plays those rules already, so no reason for me to change it. So, however, this person up here is prone, so both of these bandits have +2 and advantage.
Goodbye, Cassius Meeks.
Yep, 20 hits on the first one, and 7 damage. Yep, Cassius gets just absolutely obliterated. And they will make their way down here.
Heard they did non-lethal though, right?
No, that's totally lethal. This one will attack and misses. This guy will attack Squibs. Ooh, natural 1. Terrible. This one will attack Grudge. Ooh, 22! For 7 slashing. That's very respectable. Alright. Galir.
Oh wait. Never mind. Keep going.
Galir.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a spell. I'm gonna use Elemental Shock. So I miss. I was gonna try and hit Throg.
I apologize. Do you mind if I retcon slightly? I forgot I had this.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, sure.
Alright, that was
So, yeah, it would only do 3 then. So, yeah, you can get 4 health back. Okay. Anything else for you, Galir?
Going to kind of stand in the way of the guys swinging in, but I don't have an action, so I can't really do anything.
Okay.
So that'll be my turn.
Oh! You know what I just realized is the bandits would have swung over that turn, and I forgot. And also, I copied Cog Burnwick instead of the bandits. My bad.
I did notice that. I was like, it's a traitor. Well, depending on where the bandits land, I might have changed my way I did my turn. Although,
Yeah, we'll just say it's a little delayed. You do notice one very familiar looking character, though, that does join them in this. Swing over. The old pirate. Or now realized to be pirate. They swing over and all land here, except for Cobb, who loses control a little bit and falls here next to Aram, but he's prone. And now they're both prone. But we'll say that was their action. So they didn't do anything on their turn, but they did swing over. So now they're on board.
None of them swing over within range for me to try to grab them.
Yeah, I'll say this one did.
Alright, so I was trying to punch him off and grab the rope.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack. Oh, yeah. Natural 20. That definitely hits. So you do. You grab the rope, and this one falls into the water.
Excellent.
He's now treading water. Go ahead and roll damage, though, for your punch. Actually, what's your strength?
16.
So it would do 4 damage. Oh, no, not. I want to set his health to -4. I just want to have him go down 4 health. There we go.
it's like,
All right.
got a strong punch.
So One Punch Man. Okay, you have the rope. Grudge, it's your turn.
I want to swing across.
Easy enough to do. You swing across and you land on the ship.
I want to use my action to light a torch for my backpack, and then I want to look for the powder magazine.
Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Make an investigation check. We'll have that be your action to do all of that.
Nope.
You don't find it,
Unfortunate.
but you're over there.
That's it for me.
Alrighty. Altarian.
I am going to use Hex on Throg.
Okay. Bonus
and then
action
that's
Hex.
Bonus action. And then I will use my action to cast Spare the Dying on Throg and the bandit right next to it. Or, sorry,
Okay.
Toll the Dead.
Told the
Oh, I
dead.
was about to say, why are you?
I was like, what?
I don't understand.
Traitor?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Told the dead on 2 of them?
He's a death domain cleric kind of copy.
I'm a Shadow Priest. If I use a Necromancy cantrip, then if it normally only targets one creature spoken, instead target 2 creatures within range and within 5 feet of each other.
Nice. Very cool. All right, both of them will make wisdom saves.
All right.
Not even close for Throg. And this one is still at full health, but does fail. So
Yeah.
roll a d12 for Throg and a d8 for the bandit.
Okay, so 13 on Throgs and 7 on the bandit. Actually,
Okay.
I didn't uncheck Hex for the bandit.
Very nice.
And that's it.
Graldus,
The troll still has full cover, right?
Yep.
Can I see the pirate cap?
you can.
How to shoot him?
Okay.
Never mind.
You actually shoot on target. He looks over at you and without... actually, he looks to be looking at the captain. And without even looking at you, as the arrow approaches right towards his chest, in a flash, he snatches it out of the air and tosses it
that's not
aside.
good.
He's a monk.
The troll will pop back up. With both of the hand crossbows reloaded, and we'll take 2 shots. Let's see. One is going to be at... You know what? He's going to shoot both of them at Captain Great. See, a 14 will miss, but a 27 definitely hits. Or 23 is a disadvantage. 7 piercing. So he takes an arrow to the shoulder, but it's a glancing blow. It doesn't stick into his shoulder. Pirate captain up here will yell out, let's see, Valdred, it looks like they need you down there. And you guys see the familiar visage of the Whisper Man step out onto the deck.
The Whisper Man.
Aramar will stand up. And he looks down at the old traitor and says, "You were one of us. It didn't have to be this way." And he stabs down at him with advantage because Old Cobb is prone. 21 hits. And he skewers the old cook.
I give Aramar a thumbs up from over the top of the bandit.
He appears to be shaking. Throg will go ahead and attack with his mace hand onto the captain. 20 hits. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, he'll try to parry that. 4, that is good enough. His AC is 17, so yeah, 16 just misses as he parries that off to the side. Juan Fen will go ahead and... you know what I forgot to mention is that the troll ducked back down doing their peekaboo act. Juan Fen will shoot down this bandit. Hits with 16. Ooh, for 10. Nice shot from the lookout. The captain will attack Throg. Uh, 13 actually does still hit. Got a really weak left hand, though.
So stupid.
Squibs.
Okay.
Forgot Aeropark cast bless on me.
Alright. I'm going to attack with my rapier, the injured man. Never mind.
Squibs is having trouble over here.
Yeah, I've been rolling like ass. It's like a 1 and 2 3s that I've rolled for the last 3 rounds of combat.
All right,
Downfall
so
rolling high on pretty much on most of your other rolls.
Yeah.
this bandit is going to swim over and is going to start trying to climb up the side of the ship. Let's see. And does, surprisingly. Is able to make it to the top. And he looks exhausted. He looks a little exhausted and totally waterlogged, but he gets there. But that's his whole action. Let's see. Get this guy a quick -1 here so I can keep track of him. Where are the numbers? Now let's do that. All right. So then I got 2 attacks on Squibs. 21, I'm guessing, hits, but the 9 misses.
Correct.
2 slashing. 1 attack on this one, but nope, that misses. This one will attack Burnwick. That hits for 3 slashing, and Burnwick is still on their feet, but just barely. And 2 attacks on Captain Graydon. That one will hit for 7. 1 attack on Galir. 21 to hit
I'm
for
down.
6 flashing. Ooh. Right before your turn, too. That's a bummer.
That's a-
Okay. Well, Galir, go ahead and roll a death save.
Doing secret.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay, you can mark down a failure. Grudge.
Having not spotted the main magazine, do these cannons, I assume, each have their own little small supply of gunpowder or black powder?
They'd have to.
You would think, yeah.
Well, I would set the torch down on top of this one's keg of black powder or gunpowder and then swing back across.
Okay. A few moments later, or a few seconds later, after you land, you hear an explosion on the other side. It's not really within range to deal any damage, but it destroys this cannon, and it heavily damages that part of the ship, which is now burning a bit.
Does it set off the next gunpowder? Is it close enough to do that?
It is not close enough to do that, no.
Unfortunate.
But it does destroy this cannon. That cannon is gone.
That's my turn.
Okay. Altarian.
I'm gonna use Pull the Dead again on the same 2.
You know what, actually, I apologize. I didn't put the Whisper Man in the right spot on the turn order.
Oh yeah, it should be before me.
The Whisper Man would go first. He grabs a rope and swings over. Let's see, he would land here. And he would immediately attack Keeley. Let's see, 14 hits. Oh. For 5 damage. Skewers that one. things are starting to get a little bit messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them over here in the water when they die, just so that we can see a little better what's going on in the battlefield. But they are still on the deck. Put Galir over. No, I'm kidding. All
I
right.
considered moving myself over.
Yeah. But that's all of his movement, and that's his turn. I did give him his action to attack, by the way, because he used his bonus action to dash. With that. Altarian, your turn.
I'm going. To, I guess, step up here and use chill, or not chill touch, but inflict wounds. $13.
Let's see, 13 does not hit.
It doesn't hit who?
Whisper man.
The Whispermane, which you all would have heard. You all would have heard them saying his name, which is they referred to this person as Valdred.
And that's it.
All right, Geraldus.
I'm going to take a shot at the whispered guy.
Okay.
Fuck.
11 misses.
You and me both, brother. Level 1.
Hopefully one,
Level 1.
hopefully one of these guys is a +2 longbow or something so I can hit stuff. So when do I get to add my ancestral weapon points, Jay?
First, you gotta find it. The troll will pop back up and make 2 attacks at disadvantage. 1 under grudge. Ooh. 23 to hit. Ooh, for 8 piercing. And then 1 at Durgan, 1 god. 16 misses. Clangs off of his armor. Pirate captain, standing up here watching over all of this, says, Sarbeak, I think we need more reinforcements. You see an Arakoa walk out that looks like they're dressed in priestly robes. Aramar is going to cast Healing Word onto Galir. You get
Stab me while I'm down.
you get 10 health back,
10. Oh, right. Back to full.
but you do have 2 points of exhaustion.
Yep.
Throg will attack Durgan, 1 god. 22 hits for 7 bludgeoning. Guan Fen will pop up and shoot at one of these bandits down here. 7 is going to miss. The captain is looking over the scene. He's going to use his action to call out commands rather than attacking this turn. Squibs, Galir, Altarian, Gratis, Grudge. get back to the ship, get back to the keel boat, where Aramar is, immediately. Squibs?
Okay. I'm gonna attack this guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Ah,
16 hits.
14
He goes down.
And then I'm gonna run.
Okay. This guy will get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's fine. Miss.
7 will miss.
That's it for me.
Okay. Alright, all of the bandits will go. Let's see. Both going to attack Driver. And they skewer him. Overkill. This one's going to start climbing the rigging to go up towards Dwan Fen. This one will attack Grudge. 19?
Yep.
For 2 slashing. This one will attack Burnwick. 9 is going to miss, just barely. This, let's see. 2 attacks on the captain. Both miss. And this last one is on a prone Galir with advantage. 14 to hit?
That misses.
Okay. You see this Arakoa began chanting. And you guys would hear faintly some of the words, but you hear, in the name of the Burning One, I call thee, burn, burn. And you see a portal open up over here. Let's see. And on the other side of that portal, you see more bandits appear to be coming through.
Goodness gracious.
Galir.
I would like to stand up.
Yep, you do.
Which
15,
takes-
half of your movement.
Well, my speed is halved because of my
So yeah.
exhaustion, so...
So you're down to 10
I-
more feet of movement this turn.
and then I would like to... I'm going to bonus action cast... Thunderous Smite. And I'm going to try and attack this guy in front of me so I have a nice, clear path.
Sure.
So... And I have... D4... Plus... So 14 hit.
14 hits.
Yay. Alright.
That's not plus the smite damage, right? That's just the...
This is
Yeah.
also the smite damage.
Woo! That guy is dead. So
And
dead.
then I stomp on him on my way by.
Yeah.
That's as far as I can go.
Okay. Grudge. No, it goes against every fiber in your being. Your captain has given you a direct order to retreat.
I will use my action to lay on hands myself for 5.
Okay.
And then I will do there.
Okay. 2 attacks of opportunity. Ooh, 2 misses.
That's it for me.
Valdred. Going to take a look at you, Altarian. Is going to take a look at you, Altarian, and it's going to say, "You're not part of the contract." And he is going to use his bonus action to disengage as he leaps over, and he will attack Durgan One God. Let's see. 13 actually misses.
I knew these guys were all dead because their portraits were black and white.
That is not how that works at all. If you would like, you can add a question into the end of campaign questions, which is why are some of the portraits not in color? And I will
They
tell
were
you at the end of the
made
campaign.
Before there were color computers.
Alteria?
You might be muted, Marcus.
Sorry, I'm using Toll the Dead on Throg and the Bandit.
Okay. Wow, Throg just succeeds, even with a -2. Good roll. The Bandit, however, just rolls straight up higher and succeeds.
Okay, so
Crazy.
they take no damage. Then I'll move
Yep.
over here.
Okay. Graldus?
I'm gonna shoot. I'll try to finish off this bandit here.
Okay. Yep, 21 hits. 5 is enough. Oh. 5 is enough. And that one dies.
That's it.
I will just point out, you did hear the captain did tell you to fall back to Aram and the keel boat.
Yeah, I don't. How long is it gonna take? How long would it take me to climb down, though?
What kind of movement do you have?
25.
Dwarf.
What I would say, though, you're about 20 feet up, but with the ropes, I would not give you a penalty on climbing down the ropes.
So
You
you-
can climb down the ropes at your normal speed.
Well,
It's climbing up them that would be halved.
Zip line down, kind of.
I'll
Swing.
climb down then.
Swing, dwarf.
All right, that's it then. I'm down.
Yeah, I
now.
would say you can get to there on the base. All right, the troll will pop back up with both of her hand crossbows loaded, and we'll shoot at the captain twice at disadvantage. 24 would hit. I think parry is only for melee attacks, right? Yeah, with a melee attack. Yeah. So yeah, he'll take that for 5. Pirate captain looks over and sighs and says, "Some things you have to do yourself." He'll walk over here and he'll grab the rope and he'll use his action to swing over and land here. Aramar is a little bit shaky at the moment. But he is going to cast Sacred Flame at the big ogre. That fits. Ha! Somehow, the giant ogre with one hand dodges the Sacred Flame. Speaking of which, Throg will go ahead and attack Graydon. 21's going to be parryable, so let's try that. 4 brings it to 17, which just hits. 17 is his armor class. Feels bad. Ooh, big hit. 14 bludgeoning damage. Alright, Dwan Fen will pop up over the top here, and we'll shoot down at this one. Misses with an 8. She ducks back down, realizing that this one is climbing up for her. She's getting a little nervous. The captain is going to disengage. He's going to walk over here. and he's going to use. Well, you see him pull off his compass, and he tries to do this sort of quietly, but as you guys are all running in the direction of this, you see this happen. But he's trying to clearly hide it from all the rest of them. He says, "Here, son, take this. They're after me. All of you, get in the boat and sail away towards the shore. They'll likely follow, but we can give you a head start at least. They're after me." And he takes off his coat, and he puts this large sailing coat around his son, and puts his son in the boat. And Aramar looks really worried and confused, and he's looking at this compass. He says, "Just follow the compass. It'll lead you where you need to go." And then he will start walking back in this direction towards the fray. Squibs?
Now that I look at Captain Graydon, he is clearly played by Sean Bean.
Probably.
I am going to keep running towards the boat.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll run to right here. And I will...
But sleeping.
No, it's not.
I will shoot at... I'll shoot at Throg.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit?
23 definitely hits. And you do get sneak attack. 9 damage. Nice. Alright. On the bandit's turn. First of all, you see...
Alright, we can take them.
8 more bandits pop out of this portal before it closes. Alright, these bandits got this poor guy surrounded. First attack from this guy will hit and take him out. Alright. So let's see. These guys are all going to go for the captain now. Except this guy will go down to Durgan. We got 2 attacks on the captain. Both miss. 2 attacks on Durgan. 18 just misses. Clangs off of his shield. Alright, the Aircoa spellcaster on the other side. Is going to cast a magic missile at Durgan One God. Ooh, max damage. 15. Not bad for a level 1 spell. Delir?
I'm going to run 15 feet, and then I'm going to dash and run 15 more feet.
Into the boat. Good.
Into the boat.
Excellent.
Because that's all I can do, really.
Grudge.
Attack that guy.
15 hits.
7 damage.
Grievously wounded.
Take his up to... Oh, that might kill me.
6 damage.
That drops me.
Oh.
6 on 5.
Yeah, so you are unconscious as you get to there. You fall sliding into the ground. Valdred is going to attack One God. He's going to use his bonus action to steady aim. 22 will hit. For 19 damage, and he skewers one god. Altarian.
I will move up here and cast Spare the Dying on Grudge.
Okay. And if you would like, you can drag him onto the boat from here. With your, well, that was your action.
That was my action. Yeah, I can't move anymore.
Okay.
That's it.
Graldus.
I'm gonna shoot this bandit.
Okay. 21 hits. Yep, he goes down.
And I jump in the boat.
All right.
And I'll be right back.
The troll is going to shoot over at Dwan Fen. At disadvantage. 11 misses, but 17 hits. Ooh, for 10. Dwan Fen is not looking good. The pirate captain kind of grandiosely walks down the stairs. He's not really in any rush to get anywhere, but he seems to be making his way over to Captain Graydon. He says, "Finally, good to see you again." Aram is going to use his last first level spell to cast Healing Word on Grudge. And Grudge, you heal for 10. And you have 1 point of exhaustion and are prone. Throg is actually going to come up to here. And with the mace hand, begins attacking the base of the mast. And with a loud crack, you see the mast take a huge shot, and looks like it's part of the way towards caving over. Dwan Fen is going to shoot down at this bandit that's trying to climb the rigging and misses. Captain Graydon is going to spend his action to pick up Grudge onto his feet. So, Grudge, you are no longer prone. And he looks at the two of you and says, "Make for the ship now!" Turns and begins to engage these guys again. Squibs. I think you're muted, but 21 hits and kills that bandit.
Sorry, I was muted. Cool. And I'll drop, or I'll start getting the mooring line for the boat like untied and ready to go so that the boat can just take off.
Okay.
And as soon as everyone else is in, I'll look to jump in the boat.
Okay. All these bandits grab a rope and swing over and land, somewhere on the ship. But that's their action to do that. These guys will come up and attack Graydon. Let's see, so 2 of them. Let's see. 16 misses, but he'll take the 19. It's a bandit. It's not worth parrying, really. The Arakoa spellcaster will step up over here and will cast Magic Missile again at Dwan Fen. You see Dwanfen get hit by these arcane force bolts and falls and lands dead on the deck of the ship up here. Gilliard.
Going to cast Lightning Blast on Throg.
Okay.
And I assume I miss.
Well, you do have Bless still. Roll a d4 if you like. 10 just misses. Grudge.
Kind of scoot out of the way so that other people can get on the boat more easily.
Grudge runs onto the ship. Valdred kind of takes a step next to his captain, but is kind of waiting on his cue. Altaria?
I'll move back here, cast Toll the Dead on Throg and the Hurt Bandit.
Sure. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, Throg passes. Good, because that's a lot of damage.
And then the Bandit
Fails and gets
11.
Yeah, it gets their bell rung.
And they go on the boat.
All right, and as the last of you, other than Squibs, steps onto the boat, Squibs leaps over, pulling on the rope that unties it. The boat violently falls to the ground, and I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Weirdly, Aram is ready for it. Grudge, you momentarily fall overboard into the water, but your friends, help fish you out as you're down there, and slowly you guys make your way.
He's too weak. He'll drag us down. Leave him behind.
Away from the ship. As you hear discussions going up on the ship, as the captain is the only one left of the crew. And as the rowboat slowly drifts away from the Wave Strider, you all hear the sounds of combat slowly come to a cease. You hear the sounds of laughter and victory being shouted by the bandits and all the rest of them on the ship. You see the small glow of fires burning on the ship, and before long, you would see the middle mast, the main mast of the Wave Strider, crack and tumble down into the waves as you get further and further out of sight.
That just doesn't make any sense at all. They had already captured the boat. It'll have a higher sail value with an intact mast.
They had mentioned a contract. I wonder what the contract said and who issued it.
And as you guys slowly sail out of the view of the Wave Strider, I believe that is where we will pick up next session.
Sounds like a good stopping point.
It
That
does.
would be a spoil sport, but I'm definitely
I know. That's part of it too. I mean, that's very small, but yeah, the next part may or may not be more than half an hour. So I figure, that's about where I planned session 1 to be anyway. So that works perfectly. for me.
Brian wants to go for another 2 hours. He's insisting.
On
He's-
that note, I'm stopping the recording. I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
All right.
Hey, Brian.
Good night.
Good night.